Human desires are functionally limitless. From the energy powering our cities to the food on our tables, our collective appetite has no absolute ceiling. We are a species that constantly wants more. But the physical world providing those goods is strictly bound. The land available for farming, the hours of labor we can perform, and the capital we use to build factories are all finite. This collision between infinite desire and limited supply creates the condition of scarcity. It is the core observation that led Adam Smith to investigate how nations organize their resources. Because no society can have everything, scarcity forces us to answer three practical questions. What should we produce? How do we manufacture it? And who ultimately consumes it? Microeconomics studies the decentralized system that answers those questions. It examines how billions of individual choices, made by buyers and sellers, coordinate to distribute the world's resources without a central authority. On one side is the consumer. Every purchase is an attempt to maximize personal satisfaction within a budget, a concept economists call utility. Early economists like Alfred Marshall modeled this as cardinal utility, operating on the assumption that satisfaction could be calculated as a specific, measurable quantity. This graph shows the indifference curve, mapping subjective trade-offs. Constrained by income, this forms a demand curve. Price elasticity measures how demand shifts. A vertical curve is inelastic. Buyers pay anything. A flat curve is elastic. Consumers leave if prices move. This psychological landscape of desire and budget creates the downward-sloping demand curve, defining exactly what a buyer is willing to give up to satisfy their wants. The producer faces different constraints. They aren't seeking personal utility. They look to maximize output and profit against the hard limits of physical production. In the short run, businesses operate under the law of variable proportions. This mathematical framework explains what happens when you change only one part of the production process while everything else stays the same. This graph illustrates a physical trap. Adding more workers to fixed equipment causes extra output to peak, then decline, potentially dropping total production. To grow, producers scale up all factors simultaneously, revealing returns to scale, showing if output grows proportionally or lags due to inefficiencies. These physical limitations and cost structures create the upward-sloping supply curve, setting the stage for a collision with the consumer's demand. This chart brings the consumer's psychology and the producer's physical limits into the same arena. When a price is set too high, producers supply more than buyers want to take home. This creates a surplus, which triggers a price war among sellers as they lower costs to clear their inventory. As the price is set too low, it creates a shortage. Consumers demand more than the producers have supplied, causing buyers to bid against each other and pushing the price back up. The forces only stabilize at market equilibrium. At this point, the quantity demanded exactly equals the quantity supplied. Once the market hits this price, it tends to stay there. It only moves when an external change, like a new technology or a shift in consumer income, forces one of the curves to slide into a new position. A price tag is the visible evidence of a balance between the subjective weight of human desire and the objective physics of manufacturing. It is the decentralized solution to the constant problem of scarcity.